Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Indian Administrator, and today we will be discussing the 10 books which you should read to become an IAS. These are my picks of 10 books. So although there are thousands of books available on internet or in bookstores, but I think at least you should read these books to get an advantage over the others in terms of writing your answers in the mains examination, as well as these books will also help you in your interview also, right? So without wasting time, let us start with our first book. Just a moment, let me scroll it down for you guys. Right here it is. So this is the first book which we will be discussing. Like, the first book is India After Gandhi. Well, if you have read history books, then most of the history books were either the ancient history, the medieval history, or the modern history. So, but there is a void in between. Void in the sense that after modern history, that is after India got its independence, there is no concrete book available in the market which can help you to find out the events which had happened after 1947 till 1990s. So this book is for this time period. So you must be aware that what happened after independence. So after Gandhi, what happened in our country, like what were the movements, the Jayaprakash movement, how the different princely states got merged with the Union of India, and how the liberalization happened. So this is a very good book. You should read it. It is strongly recommended. That's why it is on the first on my list, right? So moving on to the second book. The second book is Broken Republic by Arundhati Roy. Well, she's a very critic writer. If you have read her columns in some newspapers, or if you have read her few other books, like the other book was a very good novel she has written is The God of Small Things, if you have heard about. So, but this book is Broken Republic, which is a different. It's not a novel, but rather it's the plight of the Maoist, the situation in Chhattisgarh, or how the Maoist, what do they want, the Red Army, and she has researched a lot of, for a lot of days she resides in that particular area, the Maoist affected areas, and she had her research, and then she wrote this book. The book is called Broken Republic by Arundhati Roy, and if you need to really understand the pain and suffering and the actual causes which the Maoists currently are suffering from, then you should definitely read this book. This is also a very nice read. Going on to the third book, this is the India's Struggle for Independence by Bipin Chandra. It is a very good book mentioning the modern history, that how India got her independence and all. So I think this is a very popular book, so you must be already aware of this. So we should move on to next book without wasting your time, because it is quite a possibility that you are already aware of this one, right? So now this is a masterpiece. Well, masterpiece in the sense because you don't need any other text for the world history in your new syllabus for IAS examination. Well, this book has everything for every country which you need to know to pass this exam. It's a very bulky book, but it is definitely a worth reading. Spend some time with it, and you will enjoy what happened in the Asia Pacific region, what happened in the Saudis, and what happened while the 1990s Gulf War, and everything which you would want to know, you will get a command after reading this book. So this is a very nice book by Peter Kalovokorsi, and he's a Russian author, so I think I'm pronouncing it right. But nevertheless, you should buy, download, or whatever, but you should read this book. This is a very nice book. Well, the next one is The Famous Trials That Changed History. Well, the title is very interesting itself, so it's already self-explaining. So this book has some of the very good trials which happened in the history. It's by an Indian author, and I think this book is already available for a free download on Google Books. If you can search, you can find out. It's a complete PDF version available on the internet. So give it a read. It is also a very nice book. Sixth is the disaster management. Well, I think this disaster management is already now these days is in the latest syllabus is a subject by itself in some of the paper. So by reading this book, you will get this book has Indian perspective, Indian perspective of disaster management, that how much we are prepared and what things we have already done in this particular area. So it's a quite an analysis, so you can find this book and then you can read it. The next one is The History and Problems of Civil Services in India. Well, that is an interesting topic because after all, after a few years you will be one who will be in the services. So I think you can give it a read. It's a book by P.N. Parashar which explains the previous problems, some recommendations. You can use the points mentioned here in your public administration exam if you have that subject as an optional one of them, or you can use the points mentioned in this book while writing essays. So it is also a good read, so you can have a look at it as well. Now the eighth book in my list is Breakout Nations by Ruchesh Sharma. It is a very latest book. I think it's written in 2012 or 13 if I'm correct. I have a doubt here because I have read it a long time back, but it is a very good book in terms of economics. So this book explains really well the liberalization which happened in India and in China and in some very good developing countries. So actually it's a breakout nations, it's an analysis that which country will be the next economic power, as it was a very hot debate topic in the past years. So you can get a very good data and analysis. The author is very knowledgeable and you can read it as well. So now coming on to the ninth book, we are coming in the 9th minute of our video. So this is The Accidental Prime Minister. Well, if you can guess who is the accidental prime minister here, yes guys, you're right, it's Manmohan Singh. He was the accidental prime minister. So Sanjay Baru, he is the author of this book, and he was associated with Manmohan Singh, our prime minister, as a media advisor from 2004 to some 2008 or 9, or maybe later. I didn't remember this part. So but he has explained the way Manmohan Singh worked, a prime minister worked, how he thinks. So it can give you an insight of the Congress government also. So you can read this book also. It's a good read. Now coming back to the 10th minute and our 10th book, this is the Palestine-Israel conflict by Harms. So it is also a very hot topic these days, that why Palestine and Israel are in conflict, why, and what is the remedy which can be taken, is there any option they can follow and get out of their troubles. So it's a very good analysis done by the author, and one should read it if he is interested in the events, a very hot events which are taking place. So these are the 10 books you should read. And at last, I just want to say or suggest to the readers that these books can be read by anyone. So it's not really that if you are only preparing for civil service examinations you should read these books, but as a general reader also these books can help you to get the knowledge for the surround knowledge and of your country, that is India, obviously. So you can just read and read. And I think I hope you like this video. uh, Bye till the next one, and do comment and appreciate my videos and my efforts if you like them, and critics are also welcome. Thank you. Bye bye.